Welcome to Kitchen Chat. This is where we sample the talents of the most notorious chefs, home cooks, foodies, and celebrities that sizzle. Get ready for a culinary journey that you won't find anywhere else. Here's the host of Kitchen Chat, Margaret McSweeney.
Are you ready to reimagine your kitchen? Hello, dear foodie friends, and welcome to Kitchen Chat. This is your host, Margaret McSweeney, and I'm so glad you are joining me on this delicious journey. Today, let's travel to the Brazilian Court in Palm Beach for a special Kitchen Chat with my dear friend, Stacy McCarthy. She is the former president of the South Florida chapter of National Kitchen and Bath Association. She serves on the Advisory Council for Global Connect for NKBA, is a featured speaker and panelist across the country. She's a certified master kitchen and bath designer through NKBA, and she was named one of the Innovators of the Year in 2025 by Kitchen and Bath magazine. Stacy specializes in crafting seamless interior designs tailored for families facing unexpected challenges. Whether it's the aftermath of a sudden fire or flood or lifestyle change, or even just navigating through unexpected renovations. On today's show, Stacy shares insights into reimagining your kitchen, along with trends and how to find and work with a kitchen designer. Let's welcome Stacy McCarthy to Kitchen Chat.
My goal in the kitchen is also to really support the entire family, from everyone who's really just utilizing the kitchen day to day, but all the other people who come in and just grab a snack or grab a beverage, and and all the placements, all the parts that we don't think about. And there's so many great ways to kind of disguise these beautiful appliances. Right. And we've worked together in luxury kitchen appliances for years, and that is just such a fun playground for us. Designers are providing solutions. I actually recommend going through each part of your kitchen as you think about your day-to-day. It's almost like doing a food journal. You're going to be doing a task journal of what your kitchen, how it functions, or maybe it's dysfunctional in your space. And what are you tolerating? So you're going through and creating a journal of what is not working and maybe what is working, because we want to make sure we don't change something that you absolutely love. And sometimes clients forget to tell us and say, oh, you took away this feature that I really like. Well, we didn't know that. Thinking we were creating a better solution, but maybe it's just a pattern that you really gravitate to. So those are some great ways to start with. And if you don't know those answers yet, that's something that we as designers can guide you through that process.
Stacy shares some great information about trends in kitchen cabinetry.
And we're definitely seeing more bold color every year. Bold colors or even soft neutral colors are still very popular, but we're seeing the trend of going back to natural woods, and so bringing more of a combination of some bold color and some woods. Maybe it's even muted tones, and definitely the 70s are back, but with new hair. So I love this new style coming back. Oh, cabinets have been very, very fun, but we're going back to flat-faced cabinets again. I thought that was interesting. Very modern, but tying in a few traditional elements for that transitional style, but we're really seeing that come back in. We're not doing a lot of heavy traditional because some of the modern looks can really pull off that juxtaposition against the traditional. If you're doing more of an eclectic style, that's really coming back as well. And eclectic is really one of the hardest design directions, because you really have to know the parameters, the principles, and how to fit the harmony of pulling it all together. And I think that's just such a fun way to go about it. It's not a messy look. It's when people say their messy home is eclectic, that is just not the real answer to that. It is a unique recipe to design.
Resale value is always important to the homeowner. In this next segment, Stacy will share with us important considerations in making your decision about renovations in the kitchen.
That's a great question. We have this discussion every time too with every client. How long do you plan to stay in this particular home? Are you planning to stay here 2 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years? Those all make a difference because we're looking at resale options and keeping it neutral where we can highlight other areas that can bring in your style that can be easily removed in the next 3 to 5 years, or we're going to look at other items that are going to be much more in tune with your entire family's desires and their needs. That's something that is going to just really envelop your entire family, creating traditions, just having you help you with your day-to-day function as well, and just making sure it's your personality. So if you're going to be there longer than 3 to 5 years, go with what you really want. But your designer is going to still make sure it's going to hold its longevity and value anyways.
Next, Stacy shares with us about working with a designer and how to find a designer.
We really are your advocate through this process. I will also say, letting us know what your budget is so imperative. I know it's been kind of this situation where people have not shared budgets because they're concerned that the contractor and the designer might spend it all. But our goal is to spend back away from that. And if you give us a parameter of what you're wanting, we'll show you some options of this is what's kind of in the budget that you really set. But if you wanted to do more, we could add this section here. And it's up to you if you'd like to go more. Also, our designers that are with retail stores, that the services is included. So maybe they're a commission-based designer, and so that's included in that process. But they're only going to sell their brand and product. I personally will recommend checking out CMKBD.org. Designers that are who are members of that, we find that they are held to a higher level of education and technical aspects of what we're learning through that process. And I really attribute them to developing my career, not only as a volunteer, but as a in professional development. But that doesn't mean to say that no designer without that will have that experience as well. So please just check with friends who've had a great experience with that. Instagram, LinkedIn is a great place to look at designers. I mean, yes, it's a business, but you're inviting us into your home to demolish it. So basically, you want to make sure that we are specifying the details of how that home is going to get put back together. Now, we may not personally be doing the demo, but we're inviting a contractor to come tear your kitchen apart to put this beautiful new space together. And another thing is to also be prepared that once construction commences, I kid you not, it happens every time. 3 weeks into it, you have just lost it. You've just like, you know what, it's over, I'm over this. I don't think I can do anymore. And making sure a designer can just cheerlead you on through this process. We are an advocate through all this process. Now, we may not handle every aspect, but we are your advisor and your advocate through every part of it. So.
Thank you, Stacy, for being on Kitchen Chat. Please follow her on Instagram, Emergency Designer, and reach out to stacymccarthy.design for more information about reimagining your kitchen. As you know, afternoon tea is my passion, and many thanks to Cafe Boulud at the Brazilian Court for an outstanding afternoon tea experience. And thank you, dear foodie friends, for joining me on this Kitchen Chat journey. Please visit kitchenchat.info and follow Kitchen Chat on Instagram, where you'll find inspiration for your next delicious destination. And always remember to take a moment and savor the day.